Hey guys, I wanted to follow up based on the feedback I got for my proposed solution to the take-home assignment. I appreciate it. I did go ahead and submit a new PR here um, that addresses all of the feedback I got, and you should see that it is one-to-one with the submitted designs. Um, and I wanted to just talk through my original PR real quick. So you'll notice in the PR comments, before even receiving feedback, I did comment that, if this had been a production app, here are some things I would probably do differently. And I am happy to speak further on these things. So I did even mention in here that I would include, frameworks like React Router or Zoostan. These take-home challenges can be interpreted a lot of different ways, and I wrote this original PR with the assumption that I would have to speak to it after the fact. And so, based on my original conversation I had with Brian, it seemed as if, React and TypeScript, and he mentioned GraphQL, those were more of the priority and the focus here. He even mentioned that in a previous role, there was a developer who just didn't have the React experience that they were looking for. So I, emphasized all of this with my original PR. Um, and you'll notice I, had some React hooks here, and I used some native browser APIs like push state and fetch. So I, very well could have used frameworks, and I have experience with TanStack as well as React Router. I have experience with caching. All of these things I'm happy to incorporate and speak to. I did add TanStack in my follow-up PR, but my reasoning here was, in my original PR, I wanted to show that I understand how those frameworks work under the hood. So if you, look under TanStack, they're essentially using the APIs that I used with more abstraction. So I did emphasize more of the engineering side of this assignment, and but I did also want to speak to the design side of things. I have previously worked with startups as a contractor that have polished Figma designs, and I can actually show you some examples here. So this project Loggly, I worked hands-on with the designer, and my assumption is typically that if I'm expected to have one-to-one design code matching, then there would be a conversation with the designer around the fonts and everything. And so I tend to, make this more of a back and forth work experience. And then that way we can figure out like how is this supposed to look and feel across mobile devices versus desktop devices. Um, and then another example here is RocksOpt. So I hand coded both of these examples with Tailwind and React and TypeScript, and I'm happy to, speak to the code and show the code under the hood. So I just wanted to demo that I do have design experience that you would probably be looking for. Um, I guess there was just a misunderstanding in the original PR where I was emphasizing the engineering side of things. Um, I'm happy to, explain further what decisions I made and why. I would very much love the opportunity to, follow up and have a discussion with the engineers on this. But yeah, thanks for your time, and I look forward to hearing back from you.